Hey guys, this is Carlise, and on this episode of Food Nerds, I'm going to show you 2 different ways on how to make a quesadilla. Well, how I make my quesadillas at home. Okay, so the first way we're going to make it is a vegetarian style quesadilla, and the second way is going to be a chicken quesadilla. So we're going to start off with our vegetarian. I have my panini press right here, which I already sprayed with some cooking spray, okay, so it won't stick. If you don't have one, it's fine. You can use a fry pan, a non-stick pan, anything that you have. You'll just halfway through the cooking time, just make sure you have to flip it, okay? So we're going to start off with a tortilla. I have some of my corn salsa here that we made in a previous episode. So I'll just put a link to the description box below on where you can find that recipe. I have some black beans that I have rinsed until the water came out clear. Okay, and then I have a mixture of Mexican blend cheese that I just bought from the store, and it was flavored with taco seasoning, and that's just how I bought it. So I'm going to put some cheese down first, okay, because that's going to be our binder. That's what's going to hold this quesadilla together and keep everything inside when the cheese melts together and keep it closed. So I put a thin layer of cheese down. Now I'm going to come in with some of my corn salsa. Okay, and we're just going to put that right on top. And it doesn't have to be a thick layer. We're not trying to make a big old monster queso, okay? And then I'm going to put a little bit of these black beans right on top of that. Just a spoonful. And the black beans is just going to give us that protein that we need, okay? And it's going to pretty much fill us up. So once I got my black beans down, I'm going to put a little bit more cheese down on top. Not a lot. And then I'm just going to close it up. And my panini press has already been preheated, so it's nice and hot. I'm going to just throw this bad boy right on in there. And close it up. And all my ingredients is already cooked, so I'm just pretty much cooking it in the panini press just until the cheese is melted and I get a nice golden color on my tortilla. Okay, so while that's going, I'm gonna make me one more. So again, I'm gonna put some more cheese down. Not a lot, just thin layer of cheese. A little bit of corn salsa. Okay. Get some black beans down on it. It looks so good, guys, and it smells good. And top it with a little more cheese. And like I said, you put cheese on both sides because that's going to be the binder. That's going to hold everything together and keep everything nice and closed, okay? Okay, guys, so I smell it. This is what our panini is looking like coming out. Okay. I'm just going to put it right here on my cutting board. And we're just going to cut this bad boy up. Ooh, it looks good. Woo! And it's hot. Okay, so we're just going to bite right on into this. I don't know if you can see it. Look at that. Look at that. You got the corn sauce, the black beans, the cheese. It smells amazing. And it tastes amazing. Y'all, this is real good. Oh, this is good. I'm not going to eat this whole thing in front of you. What I'm going to do is, ooh, still hot. I'm not going to eat this whole thing in front of you. What we're going to do is I'm going to move some stuff around, bring over our ingredients for the chicken quesadillas, and then we'll get right back into it. Okay? See you in a minute. Hey guys, so we're over at the stove and we're about to start making our shredded chicken for our quesadillas, okay? And this is going to be real simple, real quick, and it's not something you have to sit here and babysit. So we're going to turn our heat on to about medium-high heat. Okay, now once we have that heat on, we're going to put a little bit of olive oil in our pan. Not a lot, just a little. You don't want to overdo it. The olive oil is just going to be here. I'm going to spread it around a little bit. The olive oil is just so we can start cooking off our green onions that we have right here. So we have some green onions. This is about 3 green onions. Okay. And we're just going to cook that off a little bit. Okay. And once we're going to let it cook off a little bit, just for like a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll be right back and I'll show you what's next. Okay, so our green onions are frying. Now we don't want them to get dark, we don't want them to burn. This is just to start the flavors coming out, get the flavors coming out into the pan. We're getting that olive oil going because we're going to cook this with our chicken, and this is just pretty much a seasoning for our chicken. I kind of want it to get an oniony flavor. I don't use onion powder. I don't use onion salt like some people do. I just rather use an onion. Okay, so we're using green onions. Okay, and that's going off good. Now we're going to pour about a cup of water into our pan. And I'm going to turn the heat down because we're going to slow cook this chicken. Now here, let me show you what I have. This is our seasonings. I have some oregano, I have some ground cumin, here is some cayenne pepper, and then I have some Larry seasoning salt. Okay, I don't use just regular salt and pepper when it comes to food. I like to season it. So I'm going to mix it in the water. Okay, just so it mixes evenly. And then I'm going to add my chicken. So I have 2 boneless and skinless chicken breasts right here. Okay, and I'm just going to add that right into the pan, just like that. It doesn't matter what side is up, what side is down, we're just adding it right in. I'm turning my heat down on low, and I have a lid, and we're just going to cover this, okay? So we're going to cover this for about, I would say for about 15 minutes total. It's going to take for it to cook on low. And then once you're halfway through the cooking process, we're going to come back, flip it, cover it again, and then we'll be back and I'll show you how to shut it up and get it prepped for your quesos. So I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay guys, so we're just going to uncover our pan. And I'm going to turn this heat off. The liquid's still hot, so be very careful, and I'm just going to shred it with a fork right now, okay? Shred the chicken apart. And you see I'm just pulling it with the grain. I'm not going against it, and it's going to make it much easier to shred. Okay? Now, some people shred it outside of the liquid. I prefer shredding it in the liquid just because I know as I'm shredding it, those seasonings are really going everywhere in the chicken. So it's still kind of cooking it and seasoning it while I shred it. And once I finish shredding it, okay, once I finish shredding it, I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. And then I'll meet you right back at the kitchen. Well, we're in the kitchen. I'm going to meet you right back at the table, guys. Okay, I'll see you in about a minute. Hey guys, so we just had our vegetarian quesadillas with the corn salsa, the black beans, and the mixed cheese. So now we're here putting together our chicken quesadillas. Now you just watched us make the chicken, okay? And this is what our shredded chicken looks like. It still has some of the juices in there, if you can tell, but it doesn't have all of the juices, because we don't want our quesadilla or our tortilla to get soggy. That's what we're going to try to avoid here. Okay, so it's going to be the same construction as the vegetarian. So we're going to put cheese down first. Okay, and you want to spread this cheese on half of this tortilla. So if you have to pre-fold the tortilla and see where half is, you want to spread it all over, because you want to get it in every single bite, y'all. Like, you really do. Now, I didn't bring a fork, but I'm eating it, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm just going to pick up this chicken, okay? And since it's already shredded up, I'm just going to try to put it evenly throughout this quesadilla. Okay, I'm not going to pile it in. I don't need a monster thick queso because then it'll take longer for the cheese to melt and it won't really cook evenly, you know? So I'm going to put some more cheese on top. Okay, like I said, that cheese is that glue, y'all. That cheese is what holds it together when you cook it. So I'm folding my tortilla back over. I already pre-sprayed my panini press again. Okay, see that smoke, see that steam, it is ready. So we're gonna throw this right on in there. Okay, and it took about 30 seconds for us to cook the vegetarian quesadilla. So I would say it take about the same for us to cook this chicken quesadilla. And I'm just wiping the extra cheese off so I can put it back in my bowl because I'm probably gonna use it again. I'm about to make a bunch of quesadillas to use up the rest of the chicken. That's what I'm pretty much gonna do. But like I said, it took about 30 seconds to cook the vegetarian, so it should take about the same to melt the cheese because like I said, everything's already cooked that we're putting in it. We're just pretty much melting the cheese and putting it all together, mashing up the flavors. Okay, this smells delicious. So listen, I don't know, I get distracted very easily by these smells, so don't mind me if I get off track. But we're gonna just let this cook off and I'm just gonna wait here patiently so I can cut it and eat it. Hold on one second, guys, we'll be right back. Okay, so my green light came on my panini press, so it's about done. You hear that cheese, it's coming out, it's oozing, and it looks great. Okay, so I'm just gonna try not to burn myself with that hot cheese. Please don't burn yourselves, guys. Be very careful when moving it. It is really, really hot, okay? So I'm gonna cut right on into it. Cut it one more time. And I don't care how hot it is, I'm taking a bite. That's so good. The seasonings, the flavor, everything just mashes up so well. So this video is long enough. I'm gonna stop taking up your time. That was our quesadilla recipe for our vegetarian and our chicken. It was very lovely cooking with you guys today, and I appreciate you for joining me. So I'll see you again in a couple days with another recipe. Thanks for tuning in, guys.